What was Maggie Gyllenhaal thinking? I don't know what I was really wanting from this movie, but this wasn't it. This was not it by a long shot. I'm truly baffled by how a movie with such a remarkable cast could miss the mark so bad. As a matter of fact, the entire time I was watching this film, I couldn't help but be reminded of Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. And if you've never seen that movie, trust me, that is not a good comparison. Let's dive into this film. The Bride tells the story of The Bride of Frankenstein, which is of course a story that has been told before, but with the recent resurgence in the Universal monsters, it only made sense that we would get a new look at this character as well. This movie has such a great cast. I am not trying to oversell it. This movie has a lot of very talented actors. It stars Jessie Buckley, Christian Bale, Peter Sarsgaard, Annette Bening, Penélope Cruz. Like I said, there is nothing wrong with this cast. I started having issues with this movie pretty early on, like almost immediately, because this movie has this weird way of breaking the fourth wall that I was not expecting, not interested in seeing, and it really pulled me out. Not to mention that style of storytelling unfortunately snowballs through the whole movie and shapes Jessie Buckley's character. And I am not faulting Jessie Buckley. She actually did a fantastic job. She's insane, she's unhinged, her character is just mentally all over the place. She is very, very interesting. I just hated how she was written. I wish that she could have been written a different way because Jessie Buckley has what it takes. She did exactly what she was supposed to. I just didn't like it. I didn't like most of it at all. Christian Bale's greatness as an actor is something I've never questioned. He doesn't always make great movies, but he always is a great character in the movies that he's in, and he did a great job as the Frankenstein's monster. You actually feel sympathy for his character throughout this movie, which is not new really necessarily to the character of Frankenstein, or the monster should I say. The character has always been cast in a little bit of this sympathetic light because here's this guy who was brought back to life using multiple body parts. He did not ask for this, and now here he is. He's ugly, he's weird, nobody wants anything to do with him, and he's lonely. And that is a big reason that he wants a bride. So Christian Bale is another solid performance. I was even really surprised to see Annette Bening in this film. Annette Bening is in this film, and she does a great job playing this mad scientist character. And there's just way too much strangeness in this movie. It's just far too much. In fact, I wonder if Maggie Gyllenhaal was having some kind of a head trip. Did she do some kind of acid or something when she was writing this script? Because goddamn, this movie is fucking bizarre in all the worst ways. As a matter of fact, there's this scene in this movie, a dance sequence that just feels completely out of place. It reminded me of Spider-Man 3. You know, Spider-Man 3 has that really horrible dance sequence that nobody really likes. I was looking around the audience during this sequence to see, am I the only one that finds this to be really fucking weird and not very enjoyable? And I just did not get the vibe that anyone was really into it. I think we were all just sitting there just like, what the fuck is going on here? And another problem with this movie is that the story is just not good enough. There's not enough meat in this movie's story to justify this film's runtime. There were so many points during this movie where I really wanted to get up and leave. I did keep checking my watch because I was like, how much longer is this gonna go on? This is not fun. It's just campy, it's not really scary, it has nothing really resembling a Universal Monsters movie other than the fact that Frankenstein looks pretty fucking ugly. Other than that, this movie is missing so many qualities that a good Universal monster movie should have. That Frankenstein movie that Guillermo del Toro made, that is so much better than this movie. That movie looks like an Oscar-winning piece of art compared to this piece of shit, campy fest piece of junk movie. I know I'm throwing a lot of insults at this movie, but damn, it irked me. It really did irk me. I expected a lot more from this movie. I'm very disappointed with Maggie Gyllenhaal's writing style. I don't understand what she was thinking with this film. There's not much going on in this film to make this film actually interesting. It doesn't feel like a good gothic horror. It does not feel like a good romance. Breaking the fourth wall constantly pulled me right the fuck out. I did not enjoy that part of the movie. This film has as much of an identity crisis as its title character, and that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing at all. And I'm totally shocked that this movie managed to secure an IMAX release. This does not seem like the kind of movie that would be in the IMAX. But I will say one good thing to come out of this movie, besides for the really good performances from these actors, is that this film does take up the full picture of the IMAX, so it doesn't feel like it's wasted being there. But there is just not enough in this movie for me to to recommend you guys see this in cinemas. This is a wait and watch at streaming at best, maybe even skip it when it's streaming because you're not really gonna enjoy it. But I guess at least if you watch it at home when it's streaming, you can turn this shit off. For me, this movie earns a 3 out of 10, and I'm giving this movie a watch score of 3. And if you've never seen me say the watch score is how many times I checked my watch to see if this movie was almost over, because that is not a good sign. When you're checking your watch, that means you're not enjoying the movie, and I was doing that quite a few times. I really barely made it through staying through this entire movie. If you guys saw this movie, go ahead and put your thoughts on it in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, and if you want to hear more things from me, you know what to do. Subscribe. Later.